Hey, Cedric here. Just want to kind of talk about training as it pertains to, give me a second, as it pertains to steel bending, okay? There are a lot of different schools of thought, a lot of different methods. You can get where you're going. In my way is only one, but I'd like to present some ideas to you that you might find useful, okay? And as far as bending on a budget goes, this may also be helpful to you. Okay, you've got a lot of options. Of course, your best progression is using lettered drill rod. That will take you right up, you know, just bop, 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 bop. And if you hit the good sales like that, you know, you can really get some good deals where it's gonna, you know, cost you less than getting a package of nails from Iron Mind. So there's lettered drill rod and 60 penny nails. You know, you can do progression with 60 penny nails like you wouldn't believe if you get the grip rights. They're common nails, the dull gray galvanized nails. Those ones are very easy, you know, relatively so, and they're excellent for your beginning, for building that base of strength, your volume bending. And then if you get the grip right bright commons, those are a significant step up and much cheaper than buying blue nails, okay, and equivalent to or more difficult than blue nails. So there's that. Alright, and we're talking about the road to the red nail here, alright, because I'm about to begin my next step in my personal road to the red nail, and I'm just sharing what I've done with you guys, to where in just 1 month of bending, 1 month of bending, I managed to bend the red nail when I couldn't bend the blue nail just before the dogs pulled me down the stairs and I injured my spine. I had to take a month from anything, you know. So that's very safe and good progression. I've managed it injury free, and aside from getting that Junkie Jones and wanting to bend on my days when I'm supposed to be healing and resting, you know, I've had no issues. So materials, 60 penny nails, alright, commons to bright commons, and just work your progression with volume bending to build this foundation of strength, okay? A foundation of strength that's going to get your ligaments, tendons, muscles all working in concert, your joints. You're going to feel comfortable where you're at bending, okay? If you are like well and truly a beginner with very little background in fitness or weightlifting, then you may need to get something even easier, you know, and for that there's, you know, 3/16 steel rod. The stuff from Home Depot is insanely easy, so it would probably be a waste of your money. So in that case, you may want to buy, you know, the cold rolled steel green nails, I believe they are, from Iron Mind, if you need that progression. But that's for you to decide. I'm going to present to you what I've done, alright, and what has helped me. So okay, I was at the stage where I could bend those common nails, the common 60 penny nails, the grip rights, you know, relatively easy. So at that point I had to make it more difficult on myself, so I wasn't just doing mindless repetitions of bending. I wanted to have severe intent in each bend, you know, intent and will and focus. Alright, I didn't want it to become something that I'm just doing on autopilot. So that's when I introduced what I call a Sisyphus stone, okay? And that's a bar that I could not bend. And I would put the wraps on it, and say I would bend 2 60-penny nails, alright, the commons, because they were easy for me. And then I put the wraps on that 7-inch by 1/4-inch piece of square bar, cold rolled steel, alright. I had to buy a bar of that, and I could not bend it at that time. And then I would hit that bar, alright. I would put it up and I would go against it at 7 inches, go against it, and I would give it 3 or 4 good hits, okay. And then I would go and I would bend, say, 2 more 60-penny nails, the commons. And at that point, because I had put good willful, you know, hits into that unbendable for me 1/4-inch square bar, those 60-penny nails were much harder. So now I bend 2, and then, yes, I hit the Sisyphus stone again. All right. Imagine Sisyphus, this dude, man. He's being punished by rolling this stone up this hill. He can never get it to the top. Never get it to the top. Imagine how strong he is, and when he comes back, say you give him a slightly smaller stone, dude's just like, man, this is nothing, you know, just right up the hill. So that Sisyphus stone, and that kept me learning to stay at 7 inches and be strong at 7 inches and apply force at 7 inches. And I found myself bending that 1/4-inch square bar fairly quickly. All right. So yeah, do you see where this is going? So then, my next logical progression from those commons were the bright commons, which are significantly more difficult, as I said, equal to or more difficult than a blue nail from Iron Mind. So then I did the same thing. I got a Sisyphus bar, because when I was able to bend that 1/4-inch square bar, it was time for a new Sisyphus bar and a new level of volume bending. So I went to the bright commons, and my next Sisyphus bar was the 3/8-inch, 5/16-inch cold rolled steel. Actually, no, that came later. I apologize, because I was blessed enough to have my friend Old Rusty Stuff, Jared, send me some drill rod that I couldn't bend, an H and an I, and then later he sent a J and a K. So the H and the I were my new Sisyphus rods. Very difficult. That drill rod's tough. And as a side note, I would like to say that I believe there is no better training for bending than the drill rod and the grade 5 and grade 8 bolts, because bending them makes coming back to cold rolled steel and hot rolled steel just seem like a treat in comparison, because it springs, man, it's tough. And I credit those bars that Jared sent me with my being able to sweep and crush the red nail in that bastard yesterday, because working that drill rod is just night and day. So that was a side note. That was my next Sisyphus bar, okay? Because I hit that H bar and just barely a wobble, and then working my bending progression, where I would hit, you know, do the bends, then hit the Sisyphus stone, and do the bright commons, hit the drill rod, and all of a sudden, blam! I slayed it. I just melted it down, and that was the H. And then the I followed within just a few days. So you see, you're building a progression of strength and an endurance of strength by doing volume bending, and then increasing and pushing your outer envelope of strength by hitting that immovable bar. Alright? So you're building strength at 6 inches. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. And then you're staying strong at 7 inches by hitting your Sisyphus stone. Alright? And it works. It works. Because within 1.5 weeks of, or 2 weeks maybe, of not being able to bend the H drill rod, I was able to progress through, in just a series of maybe 4 workouts, okay, or 5 workouts, progress through from H to I to J and to K, which is a significant difference in bending difficulty, okay? Probably about 100 pounds difference between the H and the K, or 80 pounds. So to progress through that, that's a very rapid progression of strength. We're able to really get strong at bending, stronger at bending fast, if we work in a proper, safe, and intelligent manner. Because there are so many muscle groups at play that by strengthening each of them a little bit, the result is greater than the sum of its parts. You know, a 1% increase on each muscle group nets you, 7% or 8% increase in bending strength. So you can progress very quickly if you remain injury-free. Now, I had a friend ask me if I had any ideas on, because he's going to be a candidate for the gold nail. I think he's a guy that's got a shot. If not certing it, at least bending it eventually. He says, man, I can't apply any power out at 8 inches. And this is something that I ran into with the 7-inch length because of my build, and because I was hitting heavy weights. I had a certain lack of flexibility, as well as my appendages and shoulder width just are not conducive to bending lengths over 6 inches. So I had to train myself. I had to figure out ways to do this, okay? And I want to share that with you, because this may help you go from 7 inches out to that 8 3/8 for the gold nail. Alright, there are a few ways you can do this. The safest and most intelligent way, of course, is to start cutting your steel. Go from 7 inches to 7 1/4 inches. Okay? And make it a piece of steel that's difficult for you to bend. So that you have to work it at that length. And it's only a 1/4 inch difference. So it won't be too big, And then when you're comfortable and strong at that, then increase another 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch even. Another thing that's going to help you is, let me just grab a bar of steel. I'm not doing any bending today because I'm done. I got to take a break, heal up, get strong. Alright, so you've got your steel, and we've got our different grip types, right? How we hold the steel. Pistol grip, the steel impacts here somewhere around the webbing, right, through the padding, and it goes in there, so you've got that extra torque. Standard double overhand, it impacts right about here. Now, if you're going to be bending larger steel, okay, longer steel, and you need to begin getting strong and able to apply force at that longer length, then move that point of contact in. Alright? And now you're going to have to change your grip up a little bit too, here, because of how that's going to contact and how we have to be here. Alright? So what you're going to do, you've got this steel contacting just to the other side of center, away from the thumb, the other side of the center line where your wrist meets your hand. Okay? Now your forefingers are going to relax just a little bit, so it's going to look like this. Alright? Do you see that angle? And then you're able to apply force, and it's bone to steel in here. Dig into bone, okay? And well, through the padding, of course. You're not bending bare hand, but you've got that angle now, and you're able to push in. Okay, you're going to apply force directly in, like you're doing a chest crush up at your neck, but then you're going to direct that force with your fingers. Okay. You won't be as strong at first, but you will build strength there. And remember, feel it before you just drive into that steel. Feel how it feels. Put test effort into it to make sure that nothing's grinding and like that. And you will find yourself gaining strength very quickly and able to make those bends at the longer lengths. I actually cut myself a Sisyphus stone at, where is it? Out of the 5/16. What the heck? I grabbed the wrong one. What just happened there? There you are. Out of this 5/16 drill rod that I got for cheap. I cut a 7.5 inch piece here because I am going to start just applying some work at that 1/2 inch longer piece, just applying some force, because I would like to increase my flexibility. That's mostly what this is for. I don't ever plan on trying for anything like the red nail. 8 3/8 inch at my body type and size. There's just no way I'll ever even bend it. Not in doubles, not in triples, not in the wall. You know, not in the hall or against the wall. You know, I don't believe I'll ever be able to bend that at all. So that's not a goal of mine. But I want to increase my flexibility because I believe it's going to allow me to exert more force when I go down to the 7 inch. I'm not going to be hitting this hard, the longer one. This is going to be more of almost like a stretching exercise, you know, where I won't be applying heavy force, but it'll be a stretching exercise. Get it into place, apply that test effort. Get it into place, apply that test effort. So I'm looking forward to that, and I thought I might share with you what my new routine is going to look like. I got a real good deal on some grade 5 bolts. Not as good as I would have gotten if I had hit eBay. Man, I sent my buddy Josh a link. $30 plus free shipping. $30 with free shipping for 100 grade 5 bolts, and those were at 5/16 inches. That's what he wanted. That's a smoking deal, and they've got those going like all the time. They had 1/4 inches too. I wish I had found them before I ordered from that wholesale bolts, because that's significant savings, man. That's real significant. And they've got grade 8s, grade 5s, grade 2s. Or wait, no, I don't think they had grade 2 hex head bolts or cap screw thingies. Just grade 5s and grade 8s. Yeah, but you can check eBay and get a real smoking deal on those. Anyway, how my progression is going to look now is not the Bright Commons anymore. Those will be filler, cool downs, warm ups like that. You know, they'll get used because, you know, they're just awesome. But now it'll be bend 2 grade 5s, and then hit my Sisyphus stone, my unbendable steel, which is the 5/16 by 7 inch drill rod. Alright? So I'll bend 2 grade 5s, hit this, you know, give it 4 good hits, maybe 5, and then bend 2 grade 5 bolts. And you see how that's going to save me burning up steel. It's going to keep me growing strong, and it's going to build that endurance of strength. So when I'm able to bend something, when I get to that level, shortly thereafter I'll be able to do multiple bends at that strength, like in a row. Because I think that's really important for building strength fast. You have to take the time and effort to build that solid foundation, and then each foundation will come at a fairly fast pace, you know, if you continue to be safe. So this was a beast. I think this was why that red nail took me so long yesterday, was because I poured some serious hits into this thing. Drill rod, I gotta tell you, drill rod, it's a love-hate relationship for me. This is the way. If you want to really make that move up, then drill rods and the grade 5 and grade 8 bolts, because they will make you strong through the kink, the sweep, and the crush. They'll make you so strong that you'll be surprised at yourself, you know, when you battle and conquer those. I also wanted to put this up. You let me know, buddy, alright? I'm not going to name you, man. I don't do that. But I had a friend asking me some questions and everything about bending, and I will loan this to you. Okay, this is my prototype, and I haven't even given it a name yet. This is a 6mm wire torsion spring, alright, with 2 full coils, with my hand woven and polymer treated handles, shaped and angled. Alright, this is 8 inches from point of contact to point of contact, and it's got my little angles here. So you slip you wrap these up just regular like you would, man. You know, wrap them up here. You can chalk these handles, and you can move these around back and forth wherever you need. Now this allows you to put your hands into a pistol grip because those semi-flexible ends. This will make you very strong. I'm not up to the level yet where I can move this more than, say, 15 degrees on a good hard hit. But this, you won't be burning through steel. You can get strong safely at a longer length out, okay? Because of how you can put that force on those flexible handles. Alright? So you let me know. Highly, highly useful. You can use it in every you know, every bending position, any one there is, man. Reverse, everything. And you can move this spring, you know, I'm going to say 30 to 45 degrees. And, you know, don't even worry. I would like to know if you're able to move this far enough that there's like a change, you know, a displacement. I need to know that, you know. So you're much stronger than I am. You let me know, man, and I'll loan this to you in exchange for you know, a video or two and your honest appraisal. I want to know its limitations and like that. Another thing this is really good for, that it's helped me, is that this forces you to know in exactly which direction you're applying force. Alright? Have you ever noticed when you hit the steel, sometimes the steel wants to move a little bit and stuff? There's this, you have to get everything angled directly, because this is only bending one way, you know. So let me know. But my new bending progression, yeah, it's going to be the grade 5s, and then I'll hit Sisyphus stone, and once a week, I think, I'll do my bending, you know, 2 grade 5s after warm-up, a safe warm-up with the Bender's Helper, Bright Commons. Then I'll do 2 grade 5s, hit the Sisyphus stone, 2 grade 5s, hit the Sisyphus stone, see how I feel, maybe do a couple more grade 5s. If not, if I'm well worn at that point, you know, and I'm going to increase until I'm able to you know, do a significant amount of bending in a row, and then I'll increase to grade 8s. But what I'll do once a week is do a status check with the red at the end of a workout when I'm beat, because I don't believe in my training to going in fresh to my goal bar, because I'm not always going to be at 100%. So I like, you know, I do that with every aspect of training, every aspect of strength training for status checks. So I'll hit it when I'm beat in doubles and see where I'm at, you know. That way I'm training above my goal, well above my goal, because I would like to be able to assert that red nail inside the next 6 months. That's what I would like to do. And that means being able to bend it in singles in under a minute. So I need to train well above that. Because the way that they work with the cert, you put in for certification, and they get a referee, Ironmind, and they send that referee 3 red nails. So you've got no idea. Are those red nails going to be 5% harder than the ones that I've been training on? And I've got it down to where I can do it in, you know, 45 seconds. But now this one is 5% harder, and you've got that thing, that little bit of fight or flight excitement thing going, where you'll wind yourself fast, you know. Then those things can make a difference, and you don't want to fail, you know. So train above, train above, train above. So once I can do those grade 5s, then what I will progress to is bend to grade 8 after a significant warm-up, bend to grade 8, and then instead of 2 Bright Commons, You know, Bright Commons will still be used for warm up and cool down. And bend to grade 8, and then 2 grade 5s, and then hit Sisyphus Stone. So that's what my progression looks like. It's a logical and intelligent progression which builds endurance of strength, but also builds the outside envelope of strength, increasing strength with that maximum effort against an immovable object. Almost a isometric, you know, but it works. You've got the full range of movement with your full bends that you're doing at 6 inches, which are affordable, and then you're keeping strong at 7 inches by taking on your Sisyphus Stone. That's my thoughts on it. Do with it what you will, and just be good to yourselves. Oh, check it out, okay? I'm thinking about my buddy Joe. He ordered a couple of these from me, and today's supposed to be warm enough. I'm finally going to get that the polymer work done on the rebuild. But let me know if you're interested in these. These are pretty much for beginning and intermediate benders. You can get benefit from these no matter what your bending level, but they'll be pretty easy for you once you progress to, you know, grade 5 bolts and stuff like that. But you can still use it as an excellent warm-up. It will strengthen your kink, you know, in your beginner and intermediate levels. It will definitely strengthen your kink because you get it just muscle, and it's much more skeletally correct because of these. And it bends to about 20 to 30 degrees without permanent displacement, and you get thousands of repetitions off of those. So let me know if you're interested, you know. That's pretty much it. Just super stoked, you guys. I just couldn't believe it that I bent the red nail in the bastard. I'm just so still stupid happy about that. Alright. Well, hey, if you guys have questions, or if you're actually interested in how I train, you know, then let me know, because I give this info away for free. I ain't never going to charge you, and I won't give you something that don't work. You know, so live free, punch hard, oh, and bend hard too, alright? And be good to yourself, because you are worth it, and I dig you. You hold that head up high, alright? I'll catch you later. Bye.